Welcome to UAPB Currents. Today our guests are Mr. Jonathon Frazier, who is the Alumni Chapter President of Gamma Psi Sigma Chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity,
Yes.
and Mr. Linnie Ware, who is the Southern Arkansas Area Director. Welcome both of you to UAPB Currents.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves, and especially you, Mr. Ware, what you all do in your capacities with the fraternity.
Okay, as the president, and also as my past, I used to work with kids a lot. I'm also a former college student of UAPB. I had a good time here at the university. I also played some college football and ran track here. I pledged at the chapter of Beta Theta in 1990. And I had a good time and did a lot of growth, and then became the grad chapter president in 2012. And our main issue was to try to do things in our community that was going to be an impact with our youth and try to uplift our kids in our community. And I got our area director involved, who's been a very strong impact with a lot of different things we've been doing in our community at this point in time.
Okay, and Mr. Ware, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in your capacity for the fraternity.
As the area director, first I'm an alumnus from UAPB. I also went to school at UA. In the capacity of the Southern Area Director, I have the job of overseeing 3 universities basically in the alumni chapter, which are Pine Bluff, Monticello, and also in Magnolia.
Okay.
And make sure they are within the guidelines of the fraternity. Basically, that's it in a nutshell.
Okay, so that's Big Brother watching, making
There
sure.
you go. He stays on me to make sure I'm doing everything, and I stay on the undergrad, make sure they're doing everything correctly.
Okay, all right. Now tell us a little bit about the history of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, because the purpose of you guys being on the show today is to bring attention to the fact that you're getting ready to celebrate your anniversary, and you have a lot of events coming up. But tell a little bit about the history of the fraternity, because I know you guys are always recruiting new and good members for the fraternity.
Yeah. Well, Shelley, we are right now in the process of getting ready to celebrate 100 years of Phi Beta Sigma. Our organization was founded in Howard University in Washington, D.C. in 1914 by the Honorable Brother Langston Taylor, and Honorable Brother F. Morris, and Honorable Charles E. Brown. The organization has always strived to be service for humanity in our community, to be an impact dealing with all the diverse and different trends that are going on in our community, and improve our relation with the kids and also with different families may be impacted with different diverse problems. And Brother, where you can
Secondly, we want to be known to our UAPB family that Phi Beta Sigma and Zeta Phi Beta, they are the only constitutionally bound brother and sister organization. The only. So.
All right.
Yes.
The only. Okay.
We can't forget our sisters.
All right. Now, what is your fraternity motto, and what tools do you use to provide the service of that motto?
Well, we have our motto is service for humanity, and that's we use different brothers in different parts of different fields, because you have so many diverse brothers who are graduated in different fields that can impact our community, as in dealing with health, dealing with kids, dealing with juvenile activities that we have going on in the city. And we try to come together, and when we have our grad chapter meetings or when we had undergrad, bring them also, and we try to do things that are going to be a service in the city to improve different things in a diverse way that's going to be making a very strong impact. So our fraternity is right now in the point where we're trying to get more involved with the youth activities in this community.
Okay. All right, and that's a admirable thing. We know that people hear and talk all the time about our youth and the trouble that they get into, so it's definitely a positive thing to have young black men as yourselves and others in your fraternity going out and reaching back into the community to help the youth.
Well, we also try to improve, we have our 3 initiatives. They're called Bigger and Better Business, and also education and social action, where we also give scholarships to young men or women that go into college, and they have to go ahead and put in for that application and everything. Our organization go look over it, and they go ahead and see. I think it's $500 or $1,000 a semester.
We're going to do 500 this year. Hopefully, in the coming future, we're going to increase it to probably about 1,500. Because, like Brother Frazier said, the youth is our lifeline. So we got to go out there and make sure they get the education. So we provide a little money, get the tools they need to become productive citizens.
Okay. All right. Now, are there any auxiliary groups that the fraternity sponsors?
Yes, we also sponsor our Sigma Beta Club. The Sigma Beta Club is doing with the youth in the different school districts. We try to mentor them. We're doing the ages from 8 to 18 right now. And we're really pushing them to do different parts where they are doing, understanding how to take interviews, how to carry themselves correctly, also not to get involved in bullying. We're working on their aspect as young men to lift their self-esteem. So we're trying to push that. Also, we have where we're doing things is sports-wise. We have Sigma Mustangs organization where we deal with football, basketball, and baseball. And we have brothers that are involved in that. So the main issues we're trying to do is make sure that we touch anything we can to be an improvement dealing with the youth and make sure that we're active in our communities.
Okay. All right. We're going to get ready to go to break, and when we come back, then we'll talk a little bit more about some of the things that Phi Beta Sigma fraternity is doing in the community and some of the things that you all have coming up to celebrate your centennial.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
I don't know what's happening. Start a new chat. What did I do? Okay. Wow. That is so weird.
Hey! Hi!
Oh my gosh. Hi! God, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm so nervous. Gia, you're so big. Come closer to the camera. Wait, now you're in my face. That was so good.
Looking for these? You drive buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
But it would be safe to keep your distance until there's no secret that makes you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this dangerous, but they are returned.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Hi, I'm Anthony Fernando, a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm also a graduate of UAPB. I'm currently enrolled in the Master of Science in Aquaculture Fisheries program. Thanks to my mentor, Dr. Eggleton, I'm acquiring unique skills needed for future employment.
Since coming to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, Tony has been involved in a wide range of undergraduate research. Some of this research he plans to publish later this year. UAPB prepares its students for these types of opportunities every day.
UAPB is preparing me.
Currents, and again we are joined by Mr. Jonathon Frazier, who is the alumni chapter president of Gamma Psi Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, and Mr. Linnie Ware, who is the Southern Arkansas director of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. before we went to break, we were talking a little bit about some of the programs and initiatives that you guys have that you implement in the area, and you wanted to touch a little bit and speak a little bit more about some of those programs and what they are and how they service the community.
Well, Shelley, we would like to speak about the service dealing with the Sigma Wellness, and it's going to be dealing with our 3 initiative things we're pushing right now: bigger and better business, which is created to recognize the businesses in our area, then with small businesses that are doing a very strong improvement in the community and they're offering good jobs, and they see in that they're making an impact in Pine Bluff area. We try to give that person acknowledgement and recognition for what they're doing. And also we come to the educational part where we're dealing with the young men or women in the community who are dealing with their grade points that really are striving for to go to college, and they may need an extra push, and we try to offer that scholarship to help them. And then we come to the point with the social action. The social action is very strong. That's where we are talking about dealing with partnership with March of Dimes, also with Counselor Society, where we're going to be also giving donations to them, and we're pushing also to have brothers and our sisters, if they would like to join us, to be involved with different things, doing with the council walk or March of Dimes when they're doing their drive. So we're really pushing that.
Okay.
Yeah, like on the March of Dimes base, what we do too is try to bring awareness to birth defects and stuff that, and try to bring general care to the babies. And we've been in partnership with March of Dimes for some time. It's from our international all the way down to the chapter level. And we try to raise X number of dollars each year and give to, that cause.
Right, and I know that you all were speaking with Mr. Deshaun Scarborough earlier, who we had an opportunity to interview about the Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, and you guys had something that you wanted to put out there to your chapter and your bros.
Yes. Go ahead, brother. I'll let you. Well, we're going to get involved with that. We're going to make sure our organization is recognized there. We're going to involve ourselves with helping with the youth, and going to back them up any way we can to help with exactly what they're doing, because we agree with their initiative and we agree with the issues they're speaking towards. So we want to be a part and let the community see our organization there.
Okay, all right. And we want to challenge again, as we did on his show, everybody to come out and be a part of that, and you guys will have a good showing as well there at that event. Now, what are some of the other service projects that the fraternity has been involved in this year, in this recent year?
Okay, this recent year we was involved with the Salvation Army, where we felt to be a part of them, and come in and show that we are interested and very concerned about dealing with homelessness, and also dealing with the point of people not being having the right nourishments and their impact in the community, as what you have so many people that are homeless right now. So we came there and we met with the captain there, Captain David, and we worked with him to go ahead and feed over 200-some people. The grad chapter organization came together with our undergrad, and they assisted us, and we really made it happen. It was just really touching, and we really felt concerned, and we're still going to be a part of them in different future activities. Also, we are right now pushing to deal with our youth right now, where I spoke earlier, dealing with the Sigma Mustang youth, where we're dealing with keeping ourselves involved with, true enough, we say sports, though we're really pushing towards the point we want them involved with their education also.
Sports just the tool to get them to come.
Right.
So, and we give awards, and we also have banquets for our young people, where we let them know that we're proud of their achievements, and that everyone that took our time to be involved, that we give them recognition for that. Because it's very important to make sure the young people understand that we're here for them and that we want to see them reach college. It's definitely here at UAPB.
Right, absolutely.
And most importantly, we stress the education part.
Definitely so.
Without the education, you can't sustain anything, really. So we push that. So we're really about education, scholarship and stuff, along with the social action stuff. And we feel like as a fraternity and youth organization group that we have, that's very important to get these kids on ground level. So they always say, hey, you train a kid, bring them up from here up. So that's what we're trying to do.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Now, are there any end of the year projects that you all have planned that you wanted to speak about?
Well, we have one where we spoke earlier about dealing with our main social action, where we're going to be working with the council awareness, where we're going to be raising money to give to them, and also dealing with, I think it was March of Dimes, where we're going to be also giving a contribution to them at the end of the year. And then the following year, we'll be working with, I was dealing with 100 years of Phi Beta Sigma, doing celebrating 100 years, and we're going to be having different activities going on in the month of January, where we're also going to have a black tie event. Brother Ware, you like to speak on that a little bit more?
Well, basically, black tie event, we have what they call an orchid ball, but this year the Brotherhood decided that we're going to do a black tie event, and that's just a celebratory thing for our 100-year celebration. What we're going to do locally as a chapter level, because we got every different level, state level, regional level, international level. We push and celebrate our 100 years. And that's particularly what the black tie event is for.
Go ahead.
And after that, once we do our celebration here, we're going to take a little further. We're going to go on the regional level. We're going to celebrate in Memphis, Tennessee, all the way till we get back to what we call home, which is in Washington, D.C.
Because we're founded at Howard University, so that is a major issue for us this coming year, you know, our Centennial. Though at the Black Tie event, we're also going to be celebrating our brothers who have really been impacting the community, education-wise, social-wise, business-wise. We're going to be giving awards and on their merit, what they have been doing. And, you know, it's just impressive when you sit back and you know who are part of your organization, what they have really been doing around in our community to make improvements and also making historical marks in our community. So we really are very really at a point where we are celebrating this to the point that we want the community involved. We want everybody to be aware of what Phi Beta Sigma organization is truly about. And it's being a positive part of this community, and we are truly strongly about uplifting our youth, educational-wise, sports-wise, and also we want to make sure we understand one thing. We're all about growth and development, strongly about that.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, then we'll wrap things up, and we'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Hi, my name is Danny Andre Burrell II, a senior here majoring in industrial technology, management, and applied engineering. I thought that I would be looking for a job at this point, but thanks to my mentor, Dr. Charles Colin in Career Services, I was able to obtain a position as an industrial engineer upon graduation.
Danny worked hard in class from the beginning, obtaining 3 internships while on campus. UAPB can help prepare students like Danny for those same opportunities.
UAPB prepared me.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and again we are joined by the bros of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity, the Alumni Chapter President, Jonathon Frazier, and the Southern Arkansas Area Director, Mr. Linnie Ware. And you got a tough job, you know. You got go from here, Monticello, and Magnolia.
Monticello, Magnolia, and yes.
Yeah.
But it's not that tough because I really love what I do. My thing is to go out there and help I call them my kids.
Yeah.
Any way I can. So they can call Brother Ware any time of the night, any time of the day, and I get up and go. And most of the time it's on my own dime. Mm-hmm. We get a little, I hate to say it, a little money for travel expense, but it's not enough to cover what we do.
Right.
But I enjoy it.
Right, because one of the things that you all were talking about is the fact that your fraternity is based on service. And so we know that you all have that instilled in you to be able to give back and serve not only each other but the surrounding community.
Definitely so.
Right. Okay, and we know that you wanted to speak a little bit more about some of that community involvement and how the alumni chapter works with the undergrads and you all then work with the youth in the community. Okay.
Yes, Shell, I'm going to speak on that. Some part, then I'm going to pass it over to Brother Ware, because, we strongly push culture for service and service for humanity. That is exactly dealing with our tools used to provide the services, bigger and better business, education, social action. And we try to make sure that all these things are touched with our undergrad is their community awareness dealing with the activities they're involved in. We've backed them 100% in the different activities where you have some of them that are working with, I think some of them are working with the kids in the activities over at mentoring, and we had one where they had a sleep out where they were sleeping out with the homeless, and that was a major point right there. And then you had some of them that did also a clothes drive, and we got involved with them on that. And we try to make sure to let them know that they're never alone. We're there as a grad chapter to make sure they're doing everything correctly, but also to back them on when they're doing things positive. And
also just to let them know they got a voice.
Yes.
Because most time I hear it as traveling to these different campuses, the collegiate brothers believe they don't have a voice. They think we, the alumni chapter, what we say is it. But I try to express to them that you have a voice. You need to speak up, express yourself, and because you got a voice in this fraternity, because you are a brother, no matter where you 20 or 22 or 80 or 90. Right. You still got the same weight as that brother, the alumni brother. So that's our biggest thing, try to make sure they know they're part of the family as a whole. They're not the children. They are part of us on an equal level.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and speaking about people being brothers and members, that you have a book there with, I believe, the 100 most influential men of Sigma.
Yeah, you can.
That you have here.
Yeah,
that's
look at that.
That's a lovely.
And look who we got right here. I'm with brother Bill Clinton. William Clinton.
William Clinton.
All right. Now, how can people find out more information if they want to be part of the alumni, the grad chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity? How can they go about doing that?
Well, you have, if it's from the undergrad level, you have your undergrad chapter where you can contact their president or their officers, and they can do the process, and then you'll get a better understanding what the organization is about. On the grad chapter level, we have our correspondence right here, Brother Linnie Ware. I'm not going to give your phone number out there.
Yeah, basically, we got intake process.
Yes.
For those who want to become a member of Phi Beta Sigma, they can contact me. I'll get my number out. That's okay. It's 550-3825. And they don't have to be a college grad to become alumni brother. Okay. That's the misconception. You got to have a basic 6 hours, to be alumni brother. Then you present your certificate, what I mean by the certificate, your degree. Okay. Okay, if you don't have a degree, then we need a transcript. Okay. Then we would fill those candidates in on the process. Once we get them there, we got what they call an informational meeting. Back in the day when I came, it was called a smoker. Okay. But now it's an informational meeting where you just give them information about the fraternity, like this stuff that we got in the book here, you know, and in general how the business of the fraternities ran.
Okay. All right. Now, that was something that I didn't realize, I wasn't aware of, that you didn't have to, you know, actually be a graduate to be able to be a part of a graduate chapter. You just have to have a certain amount of hours and some other qualifications to be able to do that.
And I think you also have to have 3 letters, am I correct?
Yeah, but that's the...
From different brothers.
Now, be mindful, though. Each organization got their own
different
intake.
Okay, right.
You know, we might require that you just have that because that's the way our Constitution and stuff is written.
Right, absolutely.
Now you go to another Greek letter organization, they might say you need a bachelor or some higher degree.
Right.
But in our protocol and our bylaws and stuff in Constitution, you do not.
Okay. All right. And before we go, let's remind everybody a little bit about your Centennial anniversary that's coming up, celebrating your 100 years, and how they can join you guys here on the local level and celebrating that.
Well, we'd like to make a call out to all our brothers and sisters. Come February the 1st, we're going to be celebrating our Centennial here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Brother Oscar Buller is the president and chairman dealing with organizing that. He also is my vice president for the grad chapter. We're really pushing to have everybody involved, that the community is welcome to come. We are right now in the process of setting everything up and making, if you have any questions or anything, you can contact also, I give my number at the 575-3618. As your grad chapter president, we'll give you all the information you need to have. And also Brother Ware, who is also our #1 contact person, as he gave his number, 550-3825. And we just welcome everyone to come back home and have a good time doing our Centennial.
Especially the brotherhood.
Your black tie event.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out and sharing the information about your organization and what you guys are doing in the community. And we wish you a happy Centennial and hope that it's a beautiful and successful event. And we'll continue to look for you to be a part of other events in the community.
Yeah, and we'd like to say thank you for having us. This
absolutely.
has been this has been very interesting and very enjoyable. Thank you.
All right, no problem at all. And we will see you next time on UAPB Currents.